Hi, I'm Willie. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And what we're going to take a look at in this video is how UniFi implements a version of port security. I had some comments on this on the last video, which was port security in a more standard deployment. And some people said, well, doesn't UniFi kind of do this? And I said, yeah, it kind of does. So let's take a look at it. So we're over here at my UDR, my UniFi. We're going to open up my office switch. And on port number 5, I have my Synology camera, right? And you can tell it's powered on because there's an LED over there that's blinking. Life is good. So we're going to take a look at this, and we're going to copy this MAC address right here. And we know that this is plugged into port number 5. So we're coming in here to the port manager, and what we're going to do is we're going to click on port number 5, and we're going to rename this to secure port. And we'll apply that. But then what we're going to do is we're going to come in here where it says port active, disabled, or restricted by MAC ID. We're going to click that restricted by MAC ID, and we're going to paste that in. Now, what you're going to notice is this starts a list, and this list is where we can enter multiple MAC addresses. Now, it doesn't know the host name. We could go in, we could manually specify that, but you can see I've pasted this MAC address in, and I could paste more MAC addresses, but there's no sticky MAC address when you do it this way. We did specify this. We'll go ahead and apply that. So now if we come back to our port, we'll see that we're supposed to have this MAC address. So what's going to happen to this switch port? Let's go back to the switch and just take a look at the ports here, port manager. Let's take a look at what happens when I unplug this Synology camera, which we specified the MAC address for, and I plug in my Grandstream phone into that same port. So the phone just got power. I just got a couple LEDs. You probably can't see this, but the phone is booting. You can see we've got the logo there. So we're going to let this boot and see what exactly happens, because we specified the MAC address of the Synology camera, not of the Grandstream phone. So as soon as this phone boots, we're going to go ahead and take a look and see exactly what's happening. It is booting right now. So perhaps this is going to work. I do know that this configuration is not as comprehensive as the Edge switch or even the Grandstream switch that we did this on last time. So now I've got loading application. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this real quick, and we'll be right back when this phone boots. All right, so our phone is booted. Now, it still does have power. So the Ubiquiti switch is not like air disabling the port. It's not taking the port down because we still have power, and I'm powering this phone via PoE. But if we go into the menu and we look at the status and we look at the network status, even though I have an IP address, the phone is not able to communicate. You can see on the phone, I don't know if you can see that there's a red icon there with a slash through it, which means the phone cannot communicate with the phone system. So it's got power. So let's come back over here and see what's going on with our switch. So you can see that we're still providing power. Let's see if we've got anything under like the system log. Primary internet, no. Client. Let's see. So it shows that it's been disconnected and connected. But that's it. There's no indication of anything, see any type of notification. I don't see. So if I bring up my switch again and go to ports and port manager, it appears as everything is fine, except this phone cannot access the network. So let's see if we can take a look at this. Let's see if we can see. Trying to see if there's any useful information here, because the MAC address that is on there is definitely not. So let's see, Grandstream, and this one should be ending in 5C1B, which is this one. And you can see the wired experience is nothing. And you can see down here, Grandstream connected to default. It is disconnected, connected. So I guess let's see if we can ping this, right? So let's bring up our command prompt. Ping 192.168.66.213, and I cannot ping it, right? So it's doing some kind of things in the background to block this from accessing the network. Even though I still get power, it doesn't disable the port. This is the port security that UniFi is providing. So it works, but we don't get any kind of real logging or any kind of activity from that. So it works, but we're not getting any type of information about what to do with it, that there's a device that is not. I would rather, to be honest with you, that it just disables the port completely. I don't get PoE or anything, but that's how UniFi is handling it. So yes, there is some port security. You can add multiple MACs. You obviously cannot do the sticky MAC. I mean, I guess we could look at like port profiles and see if there's any way to do it, but I don't see anything there that even deals with like sticky MAC addresses. We have to, if we're in a port profile, we still have to load the MAC addresses. So it doesn't have that sticky option, but you can load as many MAC addresses as you want. I don't know what the limit is. So yes, port security does work on UniFi, but it works differently than what we would expect from other switches and from what we've seen in practice. So in other devices, we get notifications in the logs, and we also get actual like disabled ports with not even any PoE on them. So, and when a port is error disabled, an admin has to go in and re-enable it. But this is at least working. So if you've got any questions about this, let me know down in the comments, and I'll see if I can answer those for you. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please comment and share. Please follow me on Twitter and TikTok. Those links are down below, along with all of our affiliate links and our Patreon link. And of course, if you need IT consulting to design your network, deploy your network, your voice, your security, Wi-Fi, storage, all those things, voice over IP, I think I might have said that, but reach out at williehowe.com, click hire us or contact us. Fill that information out, and someone will be in touch with you as soon as possible. Once again, I'm Willie. I want to thank you for being here. And as always, I'll see you in the next video.